So you guys travel north by about a mile or so of Voldalwell, and you are, I guess, going to discuss things.
Yeah, I'm like, it's obviously we all want to, kind of discuss what happened, not in the earshot of that guy.
Okay. It is about, it's about 10 or 11. It's before noon. You guess.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll say, from what I know, the Wizards of Thay are very, very dangerous people. But when Mikashi spoke with that person and he did not immediately attack, I trusted Mikashi's gut at that point and felt like maybe we could try to deal with this person. Although I don't trust him at all.
Out of character, would any of the rest of us know about Thay Wizards? Like Erod?
Maybe propaganda.
Let me check. It's possible.
While he's checking, I asked the rest of you, are necromancers a bad thing? Are they like a taboo thing?
The dead deserve to rest in peace.
Yes, generally undead are not a correct thing to have control over.
So both of you are like solidly good. I look over to Archon. Are they like a bad thing? Do we not like necromancers?
You're asking the Warlock?
Yeah. Well, because I already got the good opinion. Give me the bad opinion.
Yeah, I'm like, sure. Yeah, we definitely don't like the ones that are not on our side.
They're useless too. I look at Ahlen. Ahlen, do we like necromancer? No, you know what? Ahlen and Erod, I look at you two. Are you guys are wizards? Or is necromancy a thing that's like, ooh, no, how dare you, type of things?
Yeah, I mean, Forgotten Realms wise, yeah, it's not like in the towns, like there are people that guard the cemeteries to make sure people aren't raising the dead. I mean, that's a pretty common thing. There's a whole group that does that, so that would be something we would all know about.
I think she's asking these questions because she rolled a 1.
Sure.
Yeah. Apparently, I know jack shit about them.
It's this would be the example I'll give you, Rirali. Are all goblins evil?
Oh man, now you're asking me if things are evil? Isn't that a question that you're the
Are
smart
goblins
one.
Bad? I mean, we attacked them mostly out of sight, right? But didn't you just befriend one?
Well, yeah, because he was a good goblin.
So that's the problem, I guess.
But like, don't you say you got like weird vibes? He's been chasing off people.
Yeah, I think he's a bad guy, but not like. Okay, so here's another example. Then I don't trust him at all. But when we started this adventure, I didn't trust, and I look at Ahlen, Duradin, Erod, and Mikashi. Pointedly look at them, and I think I didn't trust any of them either. But I didn't shove my spear into their chest.
That's true.
What's not to trust about me?
And now it's like, now I know, it's the idea of, back when we started, I didn't trust them, and so I waited to see what their actions were to make a better judgment. And for me, I'm waiting to see what this guy's actions are. Although I do believe he's a bad guy, I'm waiting for his actions to prove that. Yes. Now, if you guys want to go and just murder him, hey, I'm not stopping you from murdering him.
Bad men don't always do bad things.
But bad men don't always think that.
Tolerating evil is the same as enabling it.
There you go. I guess I'm back.
Hey, you're back. Give us some knowledge, some wisdom.
It's cold.
Oh, all right, kid. Alan's been awful quiet on the subject too. I've been waiting to hear from Alan.
Yeah.
The subject of this necromancer.
Yes.
Yeah, what do we want to do? You want to go back and
No.
murder him, or what?
So I think he's an a-hole and don't trust him because he hasn't been playing nice with others. But it's not a strong feeling. I mean, he was at least civil and had a conversation with us, but yeah. So I would prefer to go kill him, but I'm not. Alan's not really. He's not going to sweat it too much.
Well, then you want to kill him? Man,
Yep.
we got a
I want to take him out.
bloodthirsty killer over here. So
Well,
proud of you, man.
I've got this like passion for like order and safety in this region. I've decided for some reason, like Phandalin is now close to my heart, and I want everything to be. I want everyone to be nice to my townsfolk, and he hasn't been nice to my townsfolk.
Yeah, and I kind of mentioned I couldn't think on the spot of a way to figure out his intentions. I mean, I don't have any spells unless some of you might have something that I don't know about that would allow us to know his true intentions. I think he could find something underneath that place that could be very dangerous, and I have no idea what that person would do with it.
Yeah, that's the other thing is he seems like one of those mad, power-hungry sorts of wizards.
So if Agatha does know the name of the wizard, and if we can, do you want to ask her?
I think it was a great boon for us, for him to have given us that knowledge, because that gives us something that we wouldn't have had. And it's the idea that one thing, that those things are tied together, and that Banshee might know something about that. But if we were to ever want to know the knowledge or the information about Old Owl Well, we now know of a way to get more of that information. So by not just outright killing him, we're kind of getting a little bit of what we think he's after. Wait.
We're going to go ask Agatha about a spell book, right? Where that thing is?
Yep.
Do you think it's extremely possible, like I do, that spell book is in that Balding Tower?
Could be. I mean, that's I would make an assumption like that, yeah, until proven otherwise.
In which case, when we go back to Old Well, we may face a confrontation with the wizard should he want to get his hands on it.
So I assume currently, like, there's no reason to expect that, like, when we go back, he'll immediately be hostile, right? So we could go talk to this Banshee or whatever. Maybe that will reveal more information, and then we can decide on the way back what we're gonna tell the necromancer.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure we should tell him. I mean, we could tell him anything. We could tell him the name is Erod the Great.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, I kept out of sight the entire time. I don't think he knows that I was there. So if we do decide to attack him, we will have the...
Yeah, and I want to make sure it's clear. I'm all for attacking him if we find, some evil intent. I'm all for attacking him if you guys just want to attack him. I was just trying to get as much information out of him as I could.
Yep, you did good.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't think we should be openly hostile when we return either.
And what I think I might do is I might leave the imp there to watch him, Colonel, and to report back to me the things that he's doing, if he finds stuff, that kind of thing.
Is there a range on that?
There normally is, but I have Pact of the Chain, which allows me to communicate with them anywhere on the plane of existence that I'm on. If we're on the same plane. So as long as I'm on the same plane as it.
Okay.
I can put the information in the screen here for you.
Yeah, if you could do that.
It's a lot, so hold on.
This familiar is insane. Flying, invisible, communication anywhere on the world.
Pact of the
Free.
Chain, right?
Yep, back to the
Yeah.
chain.
Okay, it's in the
There you go.
compendium.
Warlocks are pretty badass.
Actually, it's not very much in the compendium. Okay, I mean, I'll take your word for it. Okay.
Actually, doesn't it says 100 feet to communicate telepathy, right? Telepathically.
Yeah, and then I have the Eldritch evocation, which is called Voice of the
Oh.
Chain Master,
Okay.
which is, did I write that one down? It's one of my evocations. I can put that in there for you too.
I got it. Well, unless everybody else
That's
wants
cool.
to see it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So yeah, it kind of it takes the familiar and amps it to a whole nother level, really.
Cool.
Very nice. Okay.
So
So
on to Coneyberry.
Mhm. What's around Coneyberry? Is it just ruins? Is that this way?
who are you asking?
Anyone who might have that information, whether you or my fellows.
Oh, alternatively, you could send your familiar back to town to tell someone to send someone to Old Owlwell.
I thought about
good
that,
on your
but
promise.
I'm worried that if they send somebody, he could kill them,
Right.
You can do afterwards.
and that would be sending somebody into a very dangerous situation.
Not to mention one more zombie for us to kill.
So I did think about that because I was thinking I could just send it back as a messenger. But and the other thing is, then I have to would have to role play out a imp appearing in front of one of the townspeople, convince them it's me, the warlock, and then convince them to send somebody to watch over a necromancer who has a half a dozen or dozen zombies. That seemed like a lot to ask of somebody. So now my plan is maybe I leave the imp there to spy on him, and the instructions for the imp is to, if he finds anything, to notify me immediately of what he has found. If he's attacked by something, let me know what he's being attacked by. If he attacks people, let me know immediately. And other than that, just stay hidden and observe.
Seems like a good idea.
So the answer is yes, it is off of the ruins of a town. That's where Agatha is. Bow Gentle is the name of the spell book, if anyone.
Bojangle.
Bow Gentle. You gently caress something.
So yeah, that's all I wanted. I just want to make sure the group understood where I stood on that. And we can do whatever. I'm up to whatever the group wants to do. And I tell them, I will say to everybody that I have a spell that I can use to spy on him periodically to make sure we're aware of what he's doing. So that maybe that helps ease everybody's idea of we're leaving a madman back at Old Owl Well.
Yeah, sure.
I agree.
Alright, so up to Coneyberry.
Onward to Coneyberry. I like saying Coneyberry.
I will mention to Mikashi now too, as he scouts up front, that because I'm using the spell to spy on him, I will not be able to help you scout ahead this time. So just be careful. And then I take my position at the back of the group.
Acknowledged.
marching order wise.
I also take this opportunity to ask everyone in character if they know anything about banshees.
Don't make him angry.
Yeah, do we know anything about Banshee's Colonel? Make a roll.
You
Yeah,
can
in-game.
roll an intelligence check.
Ooh, I do not.
Actually, no. Let me. Can't remember which ones you guys have.
Yeah, I would either
You
say
know
it's
what?
that or a histories check if
Yeah,
I was being asked.
Rolling.
Acrobatics.
I'm thinking just an intelligence check.
Yeah, I think that's book knowledge.
Yeah. So Rirali and Mikashi have like a basic, like the just kind of things that have been passed down from legend. They've never experienced it, but they've heard stories. Rirali, you've heard stories as you've like ghost stories told around the tavern at the ports that you've been through. Mikashi, you've kind of heard things as part of your, as part
Traveling
of your
out of
guild,
town.
right?
Well,
it's
they're
hearsay.
undead.
So you know that they are. To be
Or
honest,
like ghost-like. Well, we know that ghosts are undead, right? And they're kind of like ghosts.
you know that they're dangerous. They are, or they can be dangerous, and they're kind of like a ghostly figure.
Mhm.
Ethereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Use extreme caution.
Yeah. And leave the talking up to me and Archon, I guess. Archon, can you be nice? You know how to, what is the word? What is
Tactful.
it's not,
I can be
No.
very charismatic.
no, the
Cordial.
like kiss up to somebody. What is
Schmooze.
schmooze? Yeah, schmooze.
Smooth talk.
Exactly. Yeah, can you schmooze? Are you good at that, schmoozing? Because that's what we have to do. We have to use the side of. We need to use her vanity to get answers out of her.
Well, then that's Erod. Erod's the ladies' man.
Yeah, there you go. Let's oil him up.
Is Duradin back?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see it roll on intelligence.
Yeah, I believe my guy can be pretty charming, but I'm sure most people think they can be charming.
Oh, I guess. Hold on. I'm trying this. What am I doing wrong?
Okay, so
No.
you don't know what a banshee's like. Okay.
No, I guess not. Damn.
One in the two men.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Put it up the pony.
We're going to Coneyberry. Thanks for letting me say it again.
All right. All right. So you guys make the trek through the hills, back down into kind of the plains on either side of the Tribor Trail, and there is kind of the forest. There's like a small thicket, kind of a foresty thing. As you get into Coneyberry, it's kind of surrounds the northern part of Coneyberry. The town itself is just a shell of ruins, and it's the trail, Tribor Trail. It just runs right through the middle of the town. To the north, coming out of the ruins of Coneyberry, an old trail leads northwest into Neverwinter Wood. And let's put you over to...
Oh, it's the place we saw the other ghost.
Hush.
I like how I went, like I saw this, and then I went AFK, and when I came back, it was all spooky, and I was like, what the shit did you guys do?
Oh, nice scenery change.
Thank you. All right, so the forest grows dark and still as the trail winds deeper into the trees. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape the branches, and the air is noticeably colder than it was in the ruined village. Rounding a bend in the trail, you see a screen made from the warped branches of trees standing close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadows. A low doorway leads inside.
Oh, well, that isn't creepy at all.
Oh, well, at least the mood lightens, right?
So doorway means a door.
A doorway. It doesn't mean a door.
Okay.
Hey, it's where we killed the ghost.
Memories.
Apparently, I need to find some new images.
I remember I was looking at that one crow when Mikashi stabbed that poor woman in the back.
All right. So what are you guys doing at this point? Are you going through the door? How are you going through the door?
Well.
I'm gonna stealth through the door.
Okay.
Do we really want to sneak up on the Banshee?
What's the opposite of stealth? Because
So-
that's what I'm doing through the door.
Mikashi.
Yeah, Ahlen wants to call out outside, like, "Oh, there, there! You have visitors."
And we have a
Mikashi
comb
just-
of hers, right?
Yeah, we
I
should
told
be
the
sure
giver
to.
So
to get
as
there, yeah.
as Mikashi is trying to stealth through the door, Ahlen says, "Whoa there," and breaks all semblance of stealth.
Yay!
as Mikashi approaches the door.
Hooray for context.
Sorry, Mikashi.
No, that justifies that roll.
All right. So are you continuing to go through, or are you staying
No.
outside?
No, I'm staying outside.
Okay.
So
who has
I
the
wait
comb?
for a response.
I do.
Rirali.
All right, I kind of half shove you forward.
Well, is there anything? Is there any response to Ahlen? Very
No,
eager.
you don't.
No?
You don't hear a response. You don't.
I
Sense any-
lightly rap on the door.
Yeah, I
Doorway.
approach it.
There's no door.
It's a door. So it's a hole. I'm taking it to be.
Okay.
Well, against the door frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
There's plenty of wood to knock on around here.
When he knocks, I use thaumaturgy to make it sound 3 times louder.
And I look surprised. Like I did not intend to be that loud.
You guys are so irresponsible with your magic.
So strong, Mikashi.
I say, hello? Anybody here? Agatha?
I'm gonna get
You don't
take a
hear
shower.
anything.
Alright, what do I see inside?
Are you
Or
going
through the
inside?
doorway?
Or are you
Well, I'm
just
standing
are
at
you
this
poking
open
your
door.
head through the door?
I'm standing right at the door, not going in. I'm just looking through.
All right. So you look through. It's a home of sorts. It's sheltered within the dome of woven branches. It is sparsely furnished with chests, shelves, a table, and a reclined couch. All of it old and appears to be of elven craft.
Ooh.
Is it dark in there?
It is dark in there.
I'm going to cast light, and I am going to
I mean,
walk in?
there's ambient light coming from like through the branches, the woven branches.
So I
but
don't need light.
It's dark. You can barely see in there.
All right. Yeah, I'll cast light, and then I'll kind of announce that I'm entering. I'm coming in, and walk in.
And I'll follow behind him.
Okay.
Hope we're not interrupting anything. We don't even know if this is the Banshee's place for sure, right?
No, but we were led here, so I'm assuming.
I'm assuming too, but I mean, as characters, we just found this thing.
So, as you enter in, the air grows cold, and a powerful feeling of dread grips you.
Oh,
A
that's not
cold,
good.
pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking on the form of a female elf, her hair and robes waving in a spectral wind. She might have been beautiful once, but a hateful expression twists her features now. "Foolish mortals," she snarls. "What do you want here? Do you not know it is death to seek me out?"
I walk in. The moment she appears.
I begin backing away.
Is she addressing me in particular, or is she talking to all of us?
I don't think she's happy to see him.
She's
Yeah.
directing it to all of you.
Like, hello, Agatha, I presume. You're looking mighty fine today.
She looks at you with the scowl, and
Surprisingly enough, I'm used to that.
and she her RBF is worse. So she kind of looks at you and so flippant. What do you want?
What do I want?
Agatha, the tales of your beauty do no justice. I bow. My name is Ahlen. These are my friends.
I will bow also.
We come bearing a gift worthy of your beauty.
Yeah, Duradin's not bowing to an undead.
So
I don't know how to bow.
so she smiles with cold amusement. Very well. I know that you seek many things. Ask me one question, and I will give you an answer.
All right. I take out the silver jeweled comb I was given by Sister Rirali, and I present it to her, and as a gift. And I say, we come seeking knowledge of the.
And
Whereabouts.
before you can
Hold up.
continue, she leans she kind of leans forward, closing half the distance between her and you, and she says, "One question."
Yeah. So, do you mind? May I consort with my friends for a bit while we decide? This is a big decision. What question to ask? Wait, never mind. I don't say that because that's a question. One moment, please.
That was awesome.
Do not try my patience.
I look over
Okay.
at Ahlen like, are you fucking crazy, dude?
Okay. I think I see what's going on here, you guys. So we have to ask about the spell book, right?
Yes, I'm gonna ask about the spellbook. What
Okay.
are you gonna ask about?
Well, just what we should decide, like, because there's a wizard who we were supposed to ask a question for.
We have a
There's a
really
spell
nice
book.
lady or an evil
Yeah,
necromancer.
Okay, I just want to make sure that everyone's. Because
I'm standing in
may
front
have.
of a banshee, but this is not the time for these questions.
No, well, I'd like a quorum here. Anybody?
I look over. I don't even let him finish talking. I just I turn around and I walk back and I look at Agatha and I say, "I'm sorry for my friend. I would like to know the whereabouts of a spell book called Bow Gentle."
She pauses. That is your question? I traded that book to a necromancer named Semoth from the city of Iriabor more than 100 years ago. I don't know what happened after that.
Psh, stupid question.
So we can
traded
get an
this-
actual answer.
So Iriabor, a necromancer from Simotha, or his name was Simotha, and he was from Iriabor.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Alright. I wrote down bullet points, but apparently I needed to be close. Alright, so, alright, cool. And I say, where would you like this gift placed, Agatha?
So she looks at you, kind of tilts her head, and says, I have no use for this.
Oh.
And then she disappears.
What? I feel like I turn around and I look at my group and I'm like, I feel like people really pegged her for something she's really not. She's a really nice banshee. I haven't met many banshees, but she seems like a nice one. Other than the whole doom and gloom thing.
I just ask, was that the question Gorelia wanted us to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted to know where the book was?
Or what happened to it.
Yeah. Honestly, all I wrote down was Bow Gentle, an arrow spellbook equals 3 potions of healing. That's really all I wrote down.
Yeah. I think I remembered it being like the whereabouts of the book, but it's all
We didn't
amounts to
really
basically the
get
same
that.
thing.
And does
Where?
Erebor ring a bell to anybody? Do we know where the city of Erebor is?
Is that like a history check?
I don't have the answer handy. I know that it is in the western part of Faerun.
It's a major
Is that
city.
is that the same place that that other necromancer was from?
No, he's from Thay. That's to the east.
Oh.
And she did say this was 100 years ago.
Yeah, but a necromancer, don't you think that's a little on the nose for what we just went through?
And then
Talking to
what
that
was the comb
necromancer?
for if she didn't want it?
Yeah, they
I
told me
don't
to
get that.
appeal to her, like, her vanity. That's what I'm telling you. I think they, like, really pegged her for someone she's not. I still don't feel comfortable taking this with me, because honestly, I just don't want to fuck with a banshee. So I'm still going to leave that here, and I place it in, like, the closest table that I see. And I just, like, place it down there, and I slowly back out of the room.
So, roll an insight check.
Oh, good, I'm great at those. Oh, I'm great at those.
So you get the feeling that there was a purpose behind the comb. You don't know what that purpose was, but you also understand that the banshee is not really corporeal and probably could not do anything with a comb. So she was, being truthful and saying that she didn't have a use for it.
Just giving a fish a bicycle.
Just like pretty
But
things
that it may have had some meaning
to her.
to her.
I'm still leaving it here. I don't fuck with banshees, man. I'm leaving that in the
Okay.
closest table I can find, and I back out.
We could have asked her where the Rockseeker brothers were, or this is Ahlen. He's all upset now. or why the goblins want Gundren, like all kinds of great information.
I think
We
you're
gave-
really mistaking this banshee with a genie. She doesn't have all the answers. She just happens to know things apparently magical.
We gave a sister of the cloth our word that we would finish a task for her.
At least you've got the good sense to keep to your word, which we've held. As for
Yeah.
the necromancer, I couldn't give a damn less about his quest for knowledge.
I think that book is there. I think it's no coincidence that a necromancer is looking into the ruins of the old wizard's tower. I think we go back with this information to Sister Grayley and see if she has any insight on this, and if not, we go back.
Can
And
we
we
have
either
the
give things a bullshit and come
Colonel?
back.
Can we have the exact words she said to us in chat?
Agatha?
Yeah.
Yep.
She traded the book to a necromancer named North from Eriabor 100 years ago.
There you go.
So there's more than one necromancer in the world, right? And this one has a different name, and it was 100 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the link between the two, I believe, is tenuous, but I wouldn't put it past this other guy that he might know something about it as well.
Okay, so when you guys, I only came in halfway through the conversation. Did you guys ask him what he was looking for, or how he knew to look in this wizard's tower for more information? I mean, it's a ruin. I would assume any useful stuff is gone by now.
I believe he was just excavating to find whatever he could. If he knew anything was going to be there to be found, he probably wouldn't have told us anyway.
So then my question is why is a necromancer from Fae, which is apparently not close, he's far from home, why would he be in a random wizard's tower here that's been in ruins and being excavated by prospectors of all things for the past God knows how long?
I think he had books that had some history about the area or even this thing, and he did seem to know historical information, like he's researched what used to be here, and he knows a little bit more about that than any of us.
I think our best bet is to go back to Phandalin and speak to Sister Grayley and the people of the town to see if they know anything about that wizard's tower, and if anything, to get our reward from Sister Grayley and our things from whatchamacallit. And then if we feel so inclined, we can go back to the necromancer with our findings, or just pick up Sildor and go to Cragmouth from Phandalin.
One possibility is we could go back and tell him that the name of the wizard is Sernoth from Eriabor and see if that elicits a reaction from him. Like if there is a connection and he would know that connection, presumably then, and he might give away his... If in fact this is all connected.
Well, yeah, and she's connected somehow, because she's the one that had the book, and she traded it to a necromancer. Would have been nice to know, I guess.
Why?
What she traded it for? And
that'd be
can
two
she
questions.
trade us stuff? I'm willing to be traded a spell book. How do I get that deal?
I don't know. So my
I asked those questions out loud in case she's incorporeal but listening.
I'm assuming we're outside at this point.
I was assuming you were still inside.
Oh, I was assuming we were outside. Because this is a really creepy feeling place. I don't want to encroach on the Banshee, of all things. So, they're inside. I'm speaking from outside the door.
Okay. I'd kind of like a little closure on this.
Mikashi.
Yeah, you're hot micing Mikashi.
Oops, sorry.
I'd like a little closure on this necromancer story. Ahlen's not really inclined to travel all the way back to Phandalin and here again. So he'd kind of prefer to go back and talk to the necromancer now, but whatever.
I mean, it would be interesting to know what Graelia would know about this name.
And the tower, if anything.
If we had that information while we're talking to the necromancer, it'd be nice.
How far is it between the necromancer and the town? How many days of travel?
2.5.
2?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it was too much.
If you want.
I also understand what you're saying. Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Do we have? Well, I asked the group. Do we have a way to contact Sister Graelia from here?
Not that I know of.
But also, I would prefer to go back to town and get Sildor to go attack Cragmouth anyways.
I don't think I trust Sildar either.
I trust him to want Gundren, and if he can help us out with a castle full of goblins and orcs and bugbears.
Oh my.
Are we going to skip the ghost town? Or do that later, or...
I mean, that's on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, that's past Cragmouth.
So if we were to do that, we would stop at Phandalin probably. Just to go grab all the shit.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we just go on our way back, talk to the necromancer, we give him the name that we have, he gives us a ring, we talk to Graelia, maybe she gives us more information, and then we go back to the necromancer if we need to.
Did Sister Graelia tell us why they wanted the Bow Gentle? Why the adventurers group wanted it?
Everything that she would have known, she would have told you.
So did that include why they wanted Bow Gentle?
Is my passive aggressive way of saying, did you take notes?
That was the first. Well, you also gave it to us in two
I'm going to
parts.
say I didn't take any notes because it was a Mikashi Rirali conversation.
I did. I wrote Bow Gentle. And then
We can ask her. We can ask her that when we get back, I guess.
Hey, here's what I'll do. I'll scry with my crystal ball, and I'll go back and look at my YouTube video.
Rirali, roll a history check.
And I'm with you, Colonel, because this is exactly how I'm going to treat you guys in Storm King. Like, I'm not going to be able to remember everything that was told to you guys. You've got to be writing that stuff down.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fair.
So basically what she told you was that she's being asked by her superiors to get the answer to that question.
Which is, where is the book?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or what happened to it. They just want to know.
Yeah, I don't think we asked anything or inquired anything more than was necessary than
she kind of
that
left it
information.
Sure. I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, it was more or less just a favor asked of her. And that's why I didn't really delve into details, because she pretty much saved everybody's asses the first night we came into town.
Yeah, she's been so generous, we don't have to ask too many questions.
All right, so you guys are still kind of around Agatha's home. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're hanging out, having tea.
Trying to entice her to trade me a spell book.
Why does she even have a home if she doesn't need material things?
Yeah, what do we see around here? Oh, you said it was an elven home. Nothing else?
The furnishings appeared to be elven made.
What is this in an elven town?
She's like a mile or two north of the town, down the trail.
Oh, okay.
So she's not in the town. She's in the forest. But her house is kind of a dome. Like all of the wood is kind of weaved into each other.
Like a hovel.
Yeah, kind of like a hobbit hole, except it's, instead of underground, it's just a dome of woven wood.
I'm just gonna one last time. I'm gonna just say loud enough with the assumption that maybe she can hear me. What would be the price for a second question? And I'll say it loud enough, hoping that maybe she could hear it, just as a last ditch effort.
And you don't hear any response.
Okay.
So what was the plan for us to do next? Go straight to Cragmaw?
I'm with Ahlen, but whatever you guys want to do.
I will follow along with the party at this point.
Okay. So you guys...
I mean, having the potions from Rirali before we go into a fortress probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
It certainly would give us another edge, and we could probably use all of it.
And if we tell this necromancer this name and he gives us a ring of protection, maybe not a bad thing to have before we go into the next big fight. Or he lies to us and we can kill him and take care of that problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to killing him. I mean, I kind of, he's a necromancer, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
So I guess somebody should roll for whether we head back to the necromancer or if we're going back to Phandalin.
What would Rirali and Erod want to do? I've heard what other people want to do, but not those two. Oh, and I'm not hearing Ahlen, though he's typing. No, we're not hearing you if you can hear us.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear you. I can see you connected, though.
Odd.
What was the last thing you heard? Technical difficulties.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll help, Colonel, but one of the things I did on one of my channels, voice channels, was to turn... There's a gear next to the name of the channel.
Oh, yeah.
In one of those settings, you can turn down the amount of kbps that it's using.
Yep.
And it says something about if it's less than 65, it's better for mobile users. So I think I dropped mine down to like 60 or 50 just to see if that would help people with connecting. I don't know if it has helped or not, but...
Okay, I dropped it to about 39. Okay, Erod and Ahlen look like they're reconnecting.
Ahlen said he wanted to do a quick reboot. If that helps.
Erod, you back with us?
You're muted.
Alright, we'll wait until...
What was Rirali's vote?
I gave my plan. Phandalin, them back to Oldwell.
Oh,
I'd rather
okay.
have more information than less.
Okay. So who wants to go straight to Cragmaw? Is that just Duradin?
Yeah, I think the sooner we do that, the better.
Okay.
Ahlen, you back?
Mikashi was...
Yeah, I think going back to the necromancer or Phandalin would be a slight waste of time. It's possible we don't have to storm the fortress and kill everybody inside. We could just do some reconnaissance, see what we're up against, hopefully not get caught in the process, and then take it from there.
Okay. Yeah, my votes go talk to the necromancer, then back to Phandalin, and then whatever Erod and Ahlen. So
We're having some issues. Disconnected. I've had that issue before where it's connecting and then it doesn't let me connect.
Stupid Discord.
Usually I just have to shut it down and reboot the program and it's fine.
I haven't run into those problems yet.
Alright, so both of them appear to be voting to go back to Old Owl Well.
So go back to the necromancer?
Yep.
Sure. And do what? Do you want to kill him or not kill him? That's the next
we're
one.
gonna give him this name, not knowing if it works, and us apparently we're gonna get a ring of protection from him.
And then afterwards?
We could talk to Gorelia. She gives us potions for getting the same message. And then
I
we
mean-
storm Cragmaw Castle.
No, I mean with the necromancer, just leave him.
Yeah, unless he attacks us. Which would be nice.
Alright. So you're heading back to Old Owl Well.
And it is the closest. It's only, would you say it was an hour or two?
You would probably it's a couple hours. You'd probably you would get there after nightfall. Because it's like
Well, we don't want to be there at night, so we want to be showing up there as morning light hits. So maybe we would make camp a couple miles away for the night from Old Owl Well, and then we'd get up in the morning and check him out in the morning, and that would give us time to head back to Phandalin right after that.
All right. So
Unless anybody wants to strongly disagree.
I have no objections.
All right, so you guys, the party is now it's traveled back toward Old Owl Well. You stop about a mile or two outside of the area and camp in a place that you think is not going to get noticed. Who is taking watch? In what order?
I'll take second.
All right.
I'll do last.
Wait, it's nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Oh, I want to get a report from my imp too on what's been going on since we left.
Okay. So the imp basically reports that Hamad spent most of the day in the tent, poring over notes. There was probably about 2 hours where he went into the excavation pit and continued excavating. Didn't appear to find anything and went back into the tent, a little frustrated and poring over some notes again.
Okay.
All right. So as everybody beds down, first watch comes and goes. And then on second watch,
Testing.
oh, we got you.
I'm back. Oh, yay! Okay.
WB.
Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. All right, so everybody's gone to sleep. Duradin has second watch. Mikashi has third watch. So everybody's pretty much asleep, and Duradin is keeping watch, and feels himself very drowsy. And before I know it, he has fallen asleep. And that is where we are going to end the session.
Crap, don't I get a save?
Nope. You don't.
You lazy dwarf.
All right.
Yay! I came back just in time to end. So we're camped like right outside of Old Owl Well?
Yep.
Is that what I'm... Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And we'll come back to that in 2 weeks.
Swear.
Are we not gaming next week?
We are.
It's the Christmas special.
Oh, that's right. We're doing the Christmas special.
Yes, we are.